All right, so again, how are we going to solve this one? Well, it looks like we could easily get the x's to subtract. We could multiply the top one times a -2, and that would work. Or we could multiply the top one times a 3, and that would get that to be 12, and that would cancel that one. But I want to usually work with the ones that's the smallest. I don't want to work with big ones. So I'm actually going to take this one times a -2 because I have to have the opposite of this, so it has to be negative. So if I take that times that's a -4x, that times that's going to be a minus 8y, and that times that is going to be a minus 48. And now, because those are right together, I'm just going to add them. Well, those cancel, and then I have a minus 12 minus 8, that's a minus 20y equals, and that looks to be a minus 40. So I divide by -20 on both cases, and y equals 2. Now I plug it back in and solve. Now, which one of these looks like it's going to be easier? It really doesn't matter, so I'll plug it in the first one. So 2x plus 4 times 2 equals 24. All right, so that's 8. So if I subtract 8, that gives me 2x is equal to what, 16. And so divide by 2, x is equal to 8. Okay, so I'm saying my solution should be 8 comma 2. So now let's check it. So I'll have 2 times 8 plus 4 times 2 equals 24. 16 plus 8 equals 24. Well, that's 24 equals 24. That checks out. What about the second one? 4 times 8 plus 4 times 2 equals 8. Oops, I wrote the top part, not the bottom part here. I better get that piece fixed. All right, so 4 times 8, and then minus 12 times 2. Well, 4 times 8 is 32, minus, and that's 24, and that's equal to 8. Well, that's 3 eighths, that's 4 eighths, so there's 1 8 left over, so 8 equals 8. It works there. So again, this is independent and consistent, and that would be my solution. All right, how about this one? Well, this one looks like we have 5 and 6, so I'd have to multiply the top one by 6, the bottom one by 5. Here we have 10 and 5. Well, I can multiply the bottom one here by 2 and get to -10. So I think I'm going to do that because that's going to make it a little easier. And so then if I rewrite that, that's 5x plus 10y equals 20. And this is going to be a minus 12x. And that's going to be a minus 10y equals a minus 6. So the y's cancel. And here it looks like I'm going to have -7x equals, and here it looks like it's going to be 14. So I'll divide by -7, and x is equal to a -2. Okay, so now what do? We plug it back into one of the two original equations, and we solve for y. Really doesn't matter. It doesn't look like. So let's say -6 times -2 minus 5y equals -3. That's going to be a positive 12. So if we subtract 12, we get -5y equals a -15. Divide by -5. And we get y equals a positive 3. So now I'm saying my answer is a -2, 3 for this system. All right, well, let's check. So we'll have 5 times -2 plus 10 times 3 is supposed to be 20. Well, that's a minus 10 plus 30 equals 20. 30 minus 10 is 20. So it checks the first one. Now the second one, minus 6 times -2 minus 5 times 3 equals -3. Well, that's going to be 12. That's going to be minus 15 equals -3. Well, that's going to give me -3 equals -3. So it works in that one. So it is a solution, and it's independent and consistent. Okay, and so that would be our solution. All right, let's pause there and we'll come back for more.